The last time I ever agreed to help my mother on a school field trip. Yep, we were taking the kids to Myrtle Beach for the first time. Many of them had never seen the beach in real life before and really did not know what to expect or really how to act out of excitement. Well, first things first, a week prior to leaving and heading to the beach, all the kids were sent home with a piece of paper asking them to fill out with their parents what they wanted for lunch from McDonald's. And they had 3 options: a hamburger Happy Meal, a cheeseburger Happy Meal, or chicken nuggets. I know for a fact that asking a kid what they want a week in advance from getting whatever said item is, they're going to change their mind. And I don't have kids today, and I certainly didn't have them back then. But what do I know? So the day comes, lunchtime comes around, we go to McDonald's, and we start passing out the food that's already prepared and ready for us. When we arrived, of course, all the kids start freaking out. I don't want a cheeseburger. I want chicken nuggets. I don't want chicken nuggets. I want a cheeseburger. Like, of course, like, you know, I don't know why they didn't think that through a little bit harder. But anyway, that was a disaster because the kids were having fits and fights and flipping out and you name it. If they didn't get the toy they wanted, they were going up to the counter without permission, of course, you know, harassing those poor employees. It was awful. But it gets worse. It gets so much worse. So then we actually get to the beach. And again, a lot of these kids have never been to the beach before. They have never felt beach sand. They've never, you know, been able to walk into the ocean. None of that. Well, there was enough adults to actually, you know, chaperone a small group of people and keep everything under control. However, things still got out of hand. One of the kids grabbed a large fistful of sand and was going to play with me by throwing it at me from the back of, you know, from my back. And he missed that goal completely and ended up knocking me out with a fist full of sand in his hand because he did not release the sand in time before it hit my head still in his fist. Okay, so I go down. I don't remember how long I was down because I was knocked out. Okay, the next thing I know, I'm laying on the sand and I am being waterboarded with salt water in buckets by these kids because that's what they've seen on TV. That's how they know how to revive people. Yeah, so now I'm coming to like, you know, trying to get a breath here and I can't see. I'm like, oh God, what's in my eyes? You know? Finally, another adult comes running to my aid and is like screaming at the kids, stop it, you know, and I'm like, thank you. So it took me like 10-15 minutes to come back to reality and clean my eyes out. So that's over. We finished our few hours at the beach. Then we decided, for some reason it was planned, that we were going to go walk across a swamp on a bridge. Well, I know what swamps have in them, and that's alligators and other types of life like that, like snakes and whatnot. Well, we're in the middle of the bridge now. It's a wooden bridge. It's kind of rickety. Like, I'm a little nervous. There's a lot of us on it. And all of a sudden, an alligator comes out of the water and snatches a sitting duck. All the kids start freaking out. It's chicken! It got a chicken! It ate the chicken! And they're all freaking out, crying, laughing, wanting to run off the bridge, you know. And again, rickety bridge, okay? So all that commotion, that bridge is like, and I'm like, oh my God, we're about to die. We're about to be the chicken duck, you know, because I did not realize until asking my mother how on earth these kids did not know the difference between a chicken and a duck. And she's like, well, Kayla, a lot of these kids have never even seen a real duck in person. It's kind of scary how much the school system fails these kids. Like, it scares me, and I did another post about this before. It's just like, how do you not know the difference between a duck and a chicken? I think I was more concerned about that than dying in an alligator's stomach. Like, I really was. So, yeah, that's how that happened. The whole ride home, thank God, everyone was exhausted from the day, and all us adults were able to conversate and talk about our traumas from the day. But that was the last time I ever agreed to chaperone on a field trip. And it will remain that way.